Okay, this is the slide that we just created in the last lesson, and basically what we want to look at here is the settings here. Your left text is this, left image, right text, right image, and I'm going to show you how those sort of make things work together. Okay, so here we have welcome to ZapTheater, I am a clown. Okay, let's have this fade in after 2 seconds. So I'm going to go to left text, and I'm going to go to let's see, we're going to go to opacity. I want that to start at 0. Okay, if you hover over the title at the top, it's going to show you the units, and values range from 0 to 1. 1 is completely opaque, 0.5 is transparent. So we're going to go with 0, which means it's completely transparent. It's a start. That we're looking, once again, left text timeline. And along here are the settings. The default setting is 30 seconds. If you change the duration, it'll change this down here. And since this is 30 seconds, that means, see, 1% would be 0.3 of a second. So each of these, if I put 2 seconds in, that means, or if I put 2%, it's going to be 0.6 of a second. For me, it's a lot easier to think in terms of seconds than it is positions on a timeline. That's why the seconds column is there. So we want this to start at 2 seconds. At 2 seconds, we want it to still be 0. In other words, completely opaque or completely transparent. And at 3 seconds, we want it to be 1, which is completely opaque. Okay, update, preview. Okay, so it waited 2 seconds, then it faded in over a second. So that way we can have the image load first, or show display first, and then have the text fade in for a nice effect. Now here on the right, so let's say we want to coordinate these two. I can go to the, I want to go to right text, and okay, now the reason this is set up this way, if I have these all open at once, it's just like really hard to keep track of what I'm doing and where I'm at, right? So what we do is we just open, I want left text, and I want the right text, left text and right text, because what I want to do is I want to have this text fade in after 2 seconds. Then I want to wait 3 seconds and have this fade in, and see, welcome to ZapTheater. Let's have it say something more appropriate. So I go to input, and I'm going to say, let's see, input, I'll put glad I could make it. Update that. Okay, now, so now he's going to say glad I could make it after she says welcome to ZapTheater. But we want to give the person time to read this and digest it. And so now the only, okay, that you notice these are highlighted. Whatever's open is highlighted. So I've got my left text and my right text open, and I can see here that after 3 seconds, this is completely, not transparent. It's opaque, and I want to wait till maybe. So it's going to mean 3 seconds they're going to be able to read it. Let's give them 3 seconds to read it, which means I want this to start at 6 seconds. So I want my opacity to be 0, and at 6 seconds I want it to be 0. Make that 6. Notice that's 20% of the timeline. And at 7 seconds, I'm glad I could make it to fade in. And at the end of the timeline, if you don't put anything at the end, it's going to fade back out because it's going to go back to 0, which is the default setting. Okay, so I'm going to go update preview. Okay, welcome to ZapTheater. I'm glad I could make it. And we might, oops. And this is something you want to experiment with, so let's just change that to 5. Let's go from, well, let's have it start fading in at 6 seconds. And so 6 seconds, 5 seconds, we'll have it start to fade in, and it'll be completely opaque at 6 seconds. Update, preview. Welcome to ZapTheater. Glad I could make it. Now, so you see, you sort of experiment and play around with these timers. Let's just say that we want this, when this fades in, we want to get rid of this. So, let's say let's go to, okay, now see why I have these both open? Because now I can coordinate them. Because this is going to be faded out at 6 seconds. Or, I'm sorry, this will come in at 6 seconds. So, at 6 seconds, I'm going to go 6 seconds. I want this to be, oops, I want 1 in there. And I want this to be 6 seconds. So I want it still to be fully opaque at 6 seconds. 7 seconds, I want it to be back to transparent. Put 0. And then come down here, put 0 because I don't want it fading back in. Update. Now, this is gonna come in, fade in. It's gonna say, welcome to ZapTheater. And the clown is gonna reply, and it's gonna fade back out. Let's hit update, preview, see what we mean here. Okay, glad I could make it. That faded out. And if you want to, you can fade that back out. Anyway, the idea of being able to open multiple different you know, the timelines for all your features. There's all kind of cool features here. To be able to do that for both text and image, this is the way you do it. That's why we want to be able to just open the ones you want. You can see everything you're working with all on the same screen, and hopefully that gives you the idea of how you coordinate the different items on each slide and time them so they come in at the right time, fade out at the right time, and you can move them left and right. You can change the width and height over the timeline. You can rotate, change font colors, the background color of the image, border colors, border width and padding. So you can do all kind of cool special effects, and this gives you this layout gives you where you can view more than one at the same time. Gives you the ability to keep track of what you're doing, basically, and time these so that they're coordinated. And basically that gives you the idea, hopefully. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next video.